Hello guys, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day today. So, before we get started with today's video, which is of course going to be a build, I want to say a massive thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Surfshark is a VPN service, which means virtual private network, and essentially what that does is it helps you keep your personal data safe if you're ever on public Wi-Fi. So, for example, if you're sitting at a cafe on your phone or you're on the go on a train working on your laptop, it adds an extra layer of security to keep you safe from, for example, identity theft. What I personally use it for the most though is to unlock Netflix content in other countries, and this is done by changing your IP address to a different location other than the country that you live in. So for example, I can change my location from Denmark, which is where I live, to the United States and get access to all the series that you can find in their Netflix library. So that's pretty cool. It basically unlocks a lot more content that you can consume through Netflix. You can also use it on other services such as here on YouTube and also Disney Plus. As far as I've heard, I haven't tested it out yet, but I've heard that you can use it there as well. Surfshark is available for your computer, but you can also get it for Android and iOS phones, plus you can even get it for PlayStation and Xbox. They have 24/7 live customer support and a 30-day money-back guarantee, and if you use my code Aveline, you get 83% off plus an extra 3 months for free. I can highly recommend Surfshark. I've been using them for ages, have been working with them for ages as well, never had any issues, and they have a lot of different locations to choose from as well. So you'll both be covered when it comes to internet security, but also if you're missing a little bit more entertainment, I can highly recommend them. But anyway, thank you again so much to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's get on with the build. So today we are decorating an apartment, kind of like a smaller apartment, although that's probably an understatement because really this is a tiny apartment. It's Salim's apartment in the arts quarter of Myshuno, so it's like the very square little one, and I thought it would be fun, as per usual, to cram as many Sims as possible into this small space, so I made it for a single mom and also twins. And I also used platforms in the living room, by the way, so that's why if you download this off the gallery or if you download the tray files off Patreon, you will have to like block off the bedroom area where the mom sleeps and raise it up as a platform yourself, because otherwise I can't upload it because it just won't, like, it'll exclude that little area, just so you know, just a little heads up. But I thought it would look super cute to put her bedroom area on a platform. So she has a closet in the living room, like a walk-in wardrobe, and then her bed and her bedside table are on a heightened platform. So I don't know, I just thought that would be cute. I feel like it looks so good in apartments as well when you use platforms. I tend to not do it a lot, but I like how it looks, so I wanted to kind of play around with it a little bit today. As for the vibe of this whole place, I definitely tried to go for something a little bit light and romantic-ish. It's very feminine to me at least, and just looks very cute and fresh and, you know, that sort of vibe, hopefully. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's sort of spring vibes in a way, maybe like slight early summer or something. I try to use some pastels without going all in because I've done that in the past, and I just wanted this to be a little bit more, not saying that you can't be mature and like pastels, by the way, but I definitely still wanted this to be a little bit more on the mature side. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, hopefully you get what I mean. So yeah, that is what we're doing today. We are decorating an apartment for a single mom and her twins. The twins share a bedroom, by the way. Their bedroom is actually bigger than the mom's space, but I kind of had an idea that the mom would be, like, considering she has both the living room is kind of not hers fully, but she got to decorate it, and also the kitchen, like the whole apartment is technically hers. I felt like she would have given up her bedroom for her twins so that they could sleep, like, they probably also go to bed earlier because they're kids, you know? So she has the living room after they've gone to bed, basically. It's definitely not the most optimal, like, I don't know if you can say it like that, but I'm gonna try to use that word anyways. English is not my first language, so my vocabulary might be a little bit limited now and then. Anyway, but I want to say optimal living situation. However, it is like that for some people. I do want to point out before, I kind of want to tell you guys something. So Nothing important, just about the living situation thing. But before we get into that, I did forget to activate my reshade at the start of the video. So if you suddenly saw the colors change a little bit and also the shadows, that would be why. It happens sometimes. I just don't notice. And then I start building and I'm like, suddenly I realize looking at it like, this looks really dull. What's going on? And I figure out that I realize that I haven't turned on my reshade. If you want my reshade, by the way, it's linked in the description box always, so you can always find it there. And it's not made by me. I don't remember the creator, but there is a link to their Tumblr page. So if you like the reshade, I definitely recommend that you go check it out. Just follow their instructions and everything and you should be just fine, or just good. So about the living situation, I actually went on an exchange trip to the Czech Republic when I was like 16 or 15. I think I was 15. I had a broken foot at the time. It sucked going with a broken foot, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I also brought my crutches and everything. It was great. My classmates like took them on the trip and just ran around with them while I was walking around on my broken foot. Thanks for that, classmates. But anyway, so I slept with, I don't know if exchange trips are the same in other countries, but what you do here is that you basically get to stay with another family. So you have to stay in their home and they have to provide for you. So like give you breakfast, dinner, that sort of thing, unless you're going out to eat with your classmates or just your class and the teachers and stuff. So I slept at a girl's home where she lived with her brother and also her mom, who was a single mom. And her mom actually slept in the hallway, so her brother and her shared a bedroom that was actually like a decent size. And they had like 2 beds in there, a desk and a wardrobe and stuff. And her mom slept in the hallway. And it definitely made me realize that I was quite lucky to be in the situation that I was in, because my dad and I basically shared a house by ourselves because my sisters had moved out at that time. My brother stayed mainly with my mom. So it definitely put things into perspective for me. And I do think back on it now and then. Like, I'm not kidding. I do think back on it. I remember when she came to us and she had to live in our house, she was so surprised because at that time, I think, was I staying in the basement at that point? Was that where my room was? No, I think my room was on the second floor, not third floor. Yeah, I think my room was on the second floor. So we didn't have a third floor. Our house was not that big. Anyway, it's pretty standard for a Danish house, by the way. I just want to point that out. But the basement, I almost said the bathroom, whatever. The basement was still decorated because my sister, like her room was still there, fully decorated with, you know, a bed and everything basically. So my dad was like, okay, well, you can borrow her room because she's not really here anymore. Like, she moved out, you know, you can have her room while you're here. And she was so surprised. I'm still like, that it's so different. It really like makes you realize that you're lucky to be in your living conditions. Does that make sense? I don't know how to say it. Again, English is not my first language. I try really hard, but sometimes it's just vocabularies and stuff. So anyway, I kind of thought about that a little bit when I was doing this apartment because it is on the smaller side. I do realize like this is still pretty big to some people, but it's also the Sims size proportions are different and all that. So while this may be a bigger apartment in real life, in The Sims it's really small. So that was a bit of a tangent. I hope you can say it like that. I've been hanging out with a friend today. We just went out to like go shopping a little bit and just hang out, talk, just have fun. And of course we speak Danish, so I've been speaking Danish all day, and therefore English voiceovers, you know, I kind of have to adjust a little bit. It's fine. Bilingual people will get me. It's cool. But anyway, I hope you guys like this apartment. If you got any suggestions for any builds you want to see on the channel, let me know. I think I'm gonna do a couple more apartments this week, actually, because including the weekend, because I went back on, like, sometimes I sit on my channel and just like look what I've done over the past month or two, and I realized that I hadn't actually done an apartment for like a whole month. So I sat down and decided basically, well, it's time to pick up apartments again. Plus, I've been building a house, which is a 40 by 30. That's not going up for a while, but it's going up in a couple of weeks. And that took me 10 hours to do total, just the build. So I haven't done the rest of the video just yet, like voiceover and edited and all that stuff. But I just kind of like had to take a break from, or I have to take a break from doing exteriors, because this is why I like tiny houses. They don't take 10 hours to do, and like you're not stuck on the same build for 10 hours. You guys, you know what I mean, maybe. Unless you like building mansions, then you do you. But yeah, since I haven't built any apartments for a while, I kind of feel like doing that for this week. So I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope you will look forward to them. If there are any themes that you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments. And also, I feel like I haven't talked about this build at all. We don't have a lot of minutes left, but basically, as you probably noticed, I did say I was going to go for pastels. So I decided to mainly go for this sort of like minty blue as well. I thought the couches, even though they're a little bit eccentric, to me at least, they are, I do feel like they fit the vibe as well. Plus they have like the pink throw on them as well. The color is perfect. Love the mint in the kitchen too. I don't use that quite often, like if at all, but it's super cute, and it's from Parenthood, by the way, just in case you were wondering. But those counters are crème de la crème. Love them a lot, or chef's kiss as some people would probably call it. But yeah, just lots of mint blue around this apartment, a few other pastels, but like not overly done like I've done in the past for some apartments, just like on the more sophisticated, tasteful kind of, how do you say that? Because like it depends how you do pastels. You know, a lot of different vibes can be very tasteful, you get what I mean. So hopefully, anyway. We are at the end of the video now, so I will be wrapping up this video, this voiceover. Now, also I just want to ask if you guys have any idea what kind of profession she is in. Let me know in the comments too, because I really honestly don't know. Maybe like a school teacher or something, but I feel like when I do single mom houses, I often imagine them to be school teachers for some reason. So if you have any other ideas, let me know. But yeah, that is about it. So if you guys like this apartment, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files will be on my Patreon, which is linked in the description box down below. If you like Roblox content, check out my Roblox channel. And if you like lifestyle content, check out my lifestyle channel. Both will also be linked in the description box as well. Thank you again so much to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Definitely recommend them. So if you're looking for a VPN service, you know, there's a link in the description box as well. Definitely check them out. And that is about it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. I'm going to smile, but I would never would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never seem to be over. I saw her. So I'm happy I got freed. Lucky me.